Hello, all my chickadees! Welcome back to my nest! Today we're going to be checking out the demo for the Symbiant 2. Wow. Oh, I can't believe it's almost here already. For everybody that doesn't know, we had played the Symbiant 1 on the channel. It's the very first games in our live stream section, and we are currently playing the Symbiont Reunion, which is kind of like an in-between game over on my Patreon. So I was like, you know what? What is a perfect game to play for 801 Day, which is also called Yahweh Day? I'm like, well, let's play the Symbiont 2 demo. Apparently it just came out. The demo just dropped not too long ago, I think. I might be wrong. But it is time to play it and check it out. I hope everybody enjoys it. This is the PG-13 version, cause I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble like I did with the first game for a little bit. Okay, yeah, we good. Okay. Alright, everybody. You can check this one out without having knowledge of the other games from what I understand, because it's going to be new characters. But I might be wrong. We're just going to jump on in and check it out. Heck yeah, I'm so excited. First off, let's look at this. It's a lovely cave system. Are these candles? They might be candles. And is that a grave? Or is that like an altar or something? Well, we're gonna have to find out as we go. I think it might have voice acting too. Are we on Odaria? This train is old, even by Kayama standards. It emits an awful metallic screech every now and then, typical for cargo trains, but the noise is still torturous upon any ears unfortunate enough to hear it. There was no option to take a shuttle, or even a regular high-speed passenger train, not to where he was going, so he made peace with what he knew would be an uncomfortable experience before even boarding. The traveler has been here for the last 2 days. Hello! So is this who we are? A fellow purple boy? Oh, look, he's got a little goatee. I love the shade of hair he has. And some nice golden eyes. So he's been traveling on this train for 2 days already. At least he got a proper seat, despite the vehicle being designed for cargo and was equipped with a few passenger cabins. Sleeping in a recliner is definitely far from ideal. His sore body can attest to that, but still, there's no doubt getting on this train was the best decision he had made in weeks. Though his brain says otherwise. It feels overwhelmingly right in his heart. The landscape outside the window is obscure. The moons and Keek and Fulkul cast a dim light over the gray desert. He looks at his reflection in the window, then back at the communication device. Another missed call notification. Oh, he's got a little soda can. Oh, looks like he might have some leg room though. That's nice. Give him a little table. Oh yeah, he's definitely traveling. Look at this travel backpack he's got. Is that a blanket? I mean, they did say he was sleeping in the recliner. Where are you traveling to, buddy? He doesn't feel like dealing with any of it. At all. He's already mentally checked out of the reality once he knew, and doesn't care to explain himself to anyone. After a while, maybe out of guilt, he switches the device off silent. It doesn't even take a minute for it to ring.
Cassian, you goddamn motherfucker. Look who finally decides to pick up. I've been trying to reach you for hours.
Oh, okay, yep, there we go.
Hey, partner. What's up? What's all the fuss about?
Oh, I like our voice. It's nice.
Where the hell are you?
Relax. I'm at the orbit. Feeling lucky at the tables today. I'll see you at the rendezvous point.
He says, like a liar. Feeling lucky at the table, so the orbit must be like a casino. He is lying. He is totally lying.
You're dead meat. The exchange is in 10 minutes, and you'll never make it from the orbit in time.
I'm on my way now. Just need to pick up the package. I left it at my sister's for safekeeping.
You don't have a sister!
Busted.
Are you high? Is this a joke to you? You selfish idiot. It's the biggest deal we've had in months, and my neck is on the line. You better show up, or these dogs will eat us alive.
I know. I won't let you down, partner.
And what's with all that damn noise? Are you still at the club?
Don't worry. Be there soon, alright?
You better. Make sure the package is intact, unless you want the bosses after our heads.
Is he running away with the package? Is he just like noping out of the situation? What? Because he is definitely not in a casino and definitely not going to his sister's house. Oh no. What are you up to? The passenger ends the call and looks around. With a little effort, he slowly pulls down the train window. The wind surges into the cabin with force, startling him. He swiftly removes his comm device and chucks it out the window.
Well, no more Cassian.
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm out of here. Though tossing the comm device is a bit dramatic, he can't risk being traced. He also needs a new name now. Nothing good comes to mind, so he starts pulling things out of his pockets for inspirations. A week-old receipt from a burger joint, a credit chip. Hey, Chip! You could call yourself Chip. A stretched-out hair tie, wrappers from a quick snack he purchased before getting on the train, a cigarette lighter.
You guys are no help.
Next attempt, he tries to remember the names of his previous co-workers, neighbors, and acquaintances. All things considered, he didn't have any actual friends. Nothing sticks. Finally, he remembers an ad he saw before getting on the train. It featured a popular singer currently on tour in the city. Rhodias Van Linnen, a gorgeous and imposing man, and talented, whom he acknowledged with a tinge of admiration.
Rhodias is perfect. In another life, maybe I could have been a musician too.
Is it a common name or is it like a stage name, buddy? Because if it's more of a unique name, maybe you shouldn't pick it if you want to blend into the surroundings. It is a nice name, though. In this lifetime, though, he was a low-level crook. A crook who took the liberty of cashing in on a most delicate disc containing leaked tech, which his gang's higher up was after. He needed the money for the trip he was planning. It all went towards high concentration rations, equipment, and, of course, a decent amount of credits to lay low until the gang's off his back. However long that might take, maybe months. He doubted they would easily forget him. The leader of the runners didn't take kindly to such blatant betrayal, so our spontaneous traveler would never be safe in the city again. He'd be taken out in a moment's notice, or worse, made an example of in ways better left unsaid. But those were all things he had come to accept long ago. Moving forward would be tricky at this stage. The rational part of him still couldn't understand what his goal was, or where exactly he was even going. Oh, Look at the little, like, red dots in here, too. Are those, like, different, planets or suns? He just needed to go. The force pulling him towards the mountains were powerful, indescribable. A dull ache within him urged him there. As the train chugged along, he could feel it grow stronger. He must be getting closer.
I'm such a fucking optimist.
What'd he do once he got off the train? He'd figure out when he arrived. If his only guide was going to be the feeling inside, it certainly wasn't going to be easy. A quick chat with an attendant had him deciding the best place to part ways with his current mode of transportation would be a small mining settlement deep within the mountains. They'd reach it in a day. He'd just go with the flow from there, trusting the unexplainable feeling within to lead him onward. Rhodias isn't new to hiking, but it's been a while since his last serious trek. He really did take the name. Is he gonna run into the real Rhodias? Rhodias? I already forgot how to say it. Is he gonna run into the real one? That would be so freaking funny. The first steps of his search begin with investigating around the mining settlement. A handful of days have passed since then. He easily falls into a routine. He takes a slightly different path every day, hoping to find a clue about the strange force that drew him here. After turning up empty-handed, he returns to civilization just before dark. Sleeping in the mountains doesn't appeal to him. Even with a fire and a proper sleeping bag, he feels uncomfortable and exposed in open areas, preferring to avoid them altogether. However, the intensity of his internal pull is constant now. As time passes, the seemingly pointless struggle begins to grate on his nerves. Each time he leaves the settlement, he goes even further, risking the possibility of not making it back before sundown. He hopes some change in the pull or new sign will point him in the right direction. He knows he has no choice but to continue. He'll never stop looking for the source of this urge. Not now. Now that his sensation feels so strong. Definitively, he can't move on with his life until he resolves this mystery. This all-consuming compulsion has plagued him for weeks on end. After failing to ignore it, he surrendered to it, hoping to figure out where it wanted to guide him. Responsibilities and obligations be damned. And that's how he ended up in his current situation. Today, he's going completely due north from the mining settlement. It's definitely the least popular route, for reasons unbeknownst to him. He's only seen a few prospectors take this trail, which heads deeper into the mountain range. The path is very steep for the first 3 hours. Rhodias is well rested, so the climb is manageable. The next few hours are spent going into the absolute thick of the wilderness. Sadly, no amount of turning into himself provides any further insight.
How am I supposed to find anything here?
He just needs to keep going, and I think he might need to get extremely lucky. These are interesting cliffs, though. Even if it takes months of wandering in circles, he didn't think it would be so difficult, given how strongly he felt the presence. He catches himself on that thought. A presence? What does that mean? Whose presence? The path leads him into a canyon of sorts. It's beautiful and mysterious, but also a perfect place to stumble and fall to your death with one misplaced step.
Phew. I think it's time for a break.
Please don't sit on the edge here. Please, sit over here. Sit over here. Because this is beautiful, but oh my gosh, I would be terrified of being here. I have a little fear of heights, and that's a little high. I mean, we can't even see the bottom here. It's like fading into a distance. Yeah, please sit over on this side, bud. He removes his backpack and settles into a wide, flat stone. Ooh, select elements of the area to learn more about them. Ah! Abyss. Stuck in the abyss. Pew, 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 pew. Rocks, 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 sky. Roots. Bush. Bush. Oh, we can't check out grass. Okay. Roots. Okay, we'll check out roots.
That tree looks ancient. How does it even grow here on the mountain with no soil in sight?
Abyss.
Wonder what's down there.
Rocks.
Just rocks.
That tracks. That tracks. Bush.
Typical Kayaman mountain bush. Nothing special.
Sky.
If nothing else, it's at least peaceful here.
True. Got some time for yourself. See, bush, roots, abyss, rocks, bush, rocks, 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 sky. Am I missing anything? Path!
I'll be able to stay on the road for another hour or so. After that, I'll have to head back. Now that I'm taking a closer look, this path looks maintained. We'll just have to see where this road takes me.
Rhodias gets back on his feet, sufficiently rested, but before setting off, he pauses. There's a scent in the air, so delicious and particular, yet so familiar. Not something he'd ever expect to encounter on this deserted mountain path. Then footsteps, coming from somewhere further down the path, heading this way. His first instinct is to hide, but soon he realizes it's futile. The steps sound confident and measured. If whoever, whatever, wanted to sneak up on him, he wouldn't have heard them at all. The steps are near, any moment now. Hello! Oh, he's cute! Hi, oh my, look at his horns! Oh, that's so cool, they're twisted together! That's so cool! And then, is that vines, or is that more horns going around like that? Oh, hello, buddy! A strange person emerges from around the corner. A man with horns, likely Azarian, wearing a stylish overcoat and sporting lush, long hair that billows in the wind. Azarians are generally reasonable if you stay on their good side. They're as friendly as Terrans. Though Rhodias has also dealt with much less approachable Azarians, the kind that could take down 3 Terrans in a fight and use their sharp horns as nature had intended. This Azarian doesn't seem like the fighting type, though at least from afar. He's as pretty as they come, looking as if he belongs in a fashion magazine rather on this mountainous path. Or maybe he belongs here precisely because of that fact. Oh, he noticed us! Hello! When the stranger's eyes fall on Rhodias, he appears surprised. Did he really not expect to meet anyone else here either? Rhodias hopes the Azarian will say something first, but he just walks by, nodding in acknowledgement as travelers usually do in passing.
Hey, stranger.
Hello. Oh, he's so pretty. Hello. I want to know why are all their horns like going together like this, or is it like unique to him? I'm curious. Handsome traveler.
Could you help me out with some directions?
Where are you headed?
That voice.
I'm not actually sure.
I don't think I can help you in that case.
Yeah, if you don't know, how are we gonna help? How's he gonna help us?
Well, can you tell me what's at the end of this road?
Depends on who's asking. What is it that you seek?
It's, hard to put into words. I suppose something out of the ordinary?
The stranger pauses and reflects for a long while, looking off into the distance.
Not the answer I was expecting. Do you want to try again?
Huh?
Rhodias observes him closely and takes a step closer. A gust of wind blows, and suddenly a strong sensation hits him like lightning.
What do you seek in these mountains?
What he was saying wasn't important anymore. This familiarity, this scent, a mix of exotic oil and woody fragrance.
Have we met before?
He would remember if they had. Sure, he had his fair share of pleasure bending over handsome men like the one in front of him, but this one wasn't simply good looking.
No, I don't think so.
His voice is like honey. He smells like home, and everything about him is majestic, without being intimidating somehow. Rhodias takes another step forward. His head starts ringing and heat rises within his body without any explanation. Driven by an unexplainable impulse, he grabs the traveler's arm, holding him tightly. Yeah, he's holding him here and there, and are you sniffing him? Yep, he's sniffing him. The spell. This man can't fool him. They have been together before. So very close. His body couldn't deny the sensation this man conjured within him.
What are you doing?
Oh, is his ring glowing?
I don't know. I'm just...
The heat keeps bubbling up in his core and his head spins. When his grip on the stranger slackens, the man easily frees himself and faces Rhodias with annoyance and confusion. Rhodias makes another uncoordinated leap towards the man. Blood rushes to his head again, and his balance wavers. His body burns, his eyes water. Is he going insane? He falls to his knees, heart pounding as pain and fire cloud his consciousness. He reaches for the stranger again. Suddenly, the man's expression changes like the phases of the moon. First, there's shock and horror, then bewilderment, and finally, seriousness with a hint of resolve. The heat continues to engulf him. Tears blur his vision. His body tenses, overwhelmed by the pain and disorientation, while his ears ring uncontrollably.
Oh, my back! I'm burning! Help me!
What is going on? Why does it feel like he's being scorched? Did the pretty stranger set him on fire? Did he poison him with something? No longer able to see, Rhodias makes a last attempt at getting a hold of the man. He feels like he finally succeeds, embracing him tightly within his arms.
Stand down. I do not consent.
Whoops.
What are you talking about?
You do not have my consent. Stand down, now.
I think we're just holding you. Pain and confusion finally take over. Unable to cling to consciousness, he lets go and collapses face first on the trail. Right in the middle of the mountain pass he had been admiring just a few minutes earlier. Oh! Did the handsome stranger take us somewhere with the bed? When Rhodias wakes up, everything feels heavy. His eyelids, his head, his limbs. Awareness of what happened returns slowly and gradually. Then, there's pain. A throbbing ache reverberates through his entire body, extending up into the head, producing a massive headache that feels like it might cause his skull to explode. A long while passes before Rhodias realizes he's in some kind of room.
Where am I?
Oh, his jacket's off. It's relatively dark with only a little light coming from a lantern on the table. He's lying in a bedroll situated on an elevated surface. However, it feels too hard to be an actual bed. Rather than a mattress, he discovers a slab of stone with a thin layer of cushioning on top to be a more accurate description. Oh, we're in the mountain. Oh, is that like a window? So is it nighttime outside, or is that like deeper into a cave? Now that's a door. It's pretty cool. He's got some little plants going up here that look like some mushrooms. Very simple. I like the mix of like natural, like this table, and like more modern material building like this. Oh, look, more little mushrooms up there. His eyes adjust to the low light. It's a small stone room with a rocky ceiling. There's a small circular opening in the wall for a window. The decor is quite aesthetic. The lack of any natural light coming in indicates that it's currently nighttime. The air is fresh, humid, and cool, which feels quite comfortable. When Rhodias makes an attempt to get up, he notices someone must have covered him with a blanket. Now isn't that thoughtful? Time to take a look around.
Gotta look around this place and figure it out.
You don't say, friend. It's more mental than physical.
Oh, people are talking.
What I want to know is where my stuff is. Looks like whoever locked me in here took it all away. This looks rock solid. Literally.
Dun-dun-dun.
Much appreciated.
Someone's
A
talking.
fireplace. How quaint.
You can hear people talking in the background.
What's this now? Water? The light is dim, but this type of portable light can last a while.
No, not quite. I had some business in the mining village.
He said, I have some business in the mining town. Mushrooms? No, we can't look at the mushrooms. Better roll.
That's what I've been lying on. I've had worse, I suppose.
Off the books. Remember that mark I was telling you about?
Rhodias walks towards a small window and tries to push it.
I was expecting an
Ugh,
answer about it
it's
from my
jammed. There must be a way to open it.
He grabs the small shutter with both hands and presses it. No
I'll
change.
have to make the trip again.
Rhodias walks towards a small door and tries to push it.
It's locked from the outside. Whoever brought me here doesn't want me to leave.
Hey!
My
Open this door!
The door remains closed.
Maybe I could try breaking it.
He stomps a foot into the door using the power of his entire leg, but it doesn't budge.
Damn it! There are voices outside. It's that monk character from earlier. He's talking to someone.
Monk? Why did you say monk character? It says it's that horned character from earlier.
I heard movement. It looks like your friend is awake.
All right, I'll go in. You stay out here for now. I'll call you if I need your help.
Yes, Brother V.
Brother V? Some kind of brotherhood then? Terrific.
The door to the shelter creaks open. A figure saunters in, taking up practically half the space in the cramped room.
You're awake, traveler.
The cultist observes him, deliberate, cautious, and alert.
Hello there.
Not a moment later, Rhodias inhales a wave of the most tantalizing aroma coming from his visitor. It's the same scent he encountered on the mountain path. So is he just putting out, like, pheromones or something? He unconsciously takes a few steps back, determined to prevent it from overwhelming him.
How are you feeling?
That's nice of you to ask. Pretty terrible, actually. What happened?
You don't remember?
No.
What is the last thing you can recall?
Passing the heck out. Besides trying to restrain the man and get underneath his clothes?
Us talking, then fire on my back, burning my flesh.
Interestingly, it's better now. Rhodias expects his skin to still hurt like hell, blistered and all, but it didn't.
And then?
I passed out and woke up here. I know exactly how it feels to wake up from dope. You drugged me.
I only gave you something to help calm you down.
What was it?
A mild sedative.
Now you listen to me, scum. Whatever you intend to do with me, it's not gonna work. You mess with the wrong kind.
Ooh. Fighting the urge to embrace the stranger, Rhodias steps towards him. He swings an unsteady fist with the intent to punch the Azarian in the nose, hoping to hit him hard enough to make his ears ring. But the man is faster, easily dodging the uncoordinated attack. Another jolt of pain slices through his skull. Rhodias never had to deal with migraines before, and now he wonders if this is what others usually go through. Nausea threatens to boil over. Seizing hold of his stomach, he squeezes his eyes shut, holding his breath.
Come have a seat. Drink some water.
The man sits on the bed and gestures for Rhodias to join him. His face expresses what looks to be genuine concern. Rhodias wordlessly declines, trying to keep himself together. Who knows what he'll do sitting so close to this man, whose smell, pheromones, wafts over the entire room like it's springtime pollen of the Kayama Petalev? He'd be wise to stay cautious of the seemingly kind stranger who locked him up and gave him who knows what. He needs to get out, but it isn't the right time. Making a move in his current condition wouldn't work in his favor. He focuses on something else that's been trying to get his attention. The pull, the call, the force that drove him here to these distant mountains. Despite his splitting headache, it seems even clearer to him now. The feeling is much more precise and intense, pointing to a specific location instead of a generalized area. He knows exactly where he has to go. Which means he has to escape from this place.
Please, hear me out.
Before or after you return my gear to me?
The cultist ignores him.
You don't even know where you're going. I assume you have questions for me.
Actually, I don't. You confiscate my belongings, drug me, and then confine me. The situation is very clear, Brother V.
I had plenty of questions.
I'm sorry. Locking the door was just a precaution. We didn't know how you would react after the incident. Leaving you to wander around right now would be extremely dangerous. Anyway, you seem better now, so, as a gesture of goodwill...
He leaves the room, only to return a moment later with Rhodias' travel gear. A gust of wind blasts Rhodias with a fresh dose of the man's potent, delicious musk.
You can have this back. We were just holding it for you outside until you woke up.
We?
Myself and Marineris, the ranger.
Marineris?
You can call me Varga.
Varga, okay. He's starting to get curious now, so the V in Brother V stood for Varga. Still, it didn't feel safe to linger. Now that he had his equipment back, it was wiser to leave as soon as possible. Standing in the same room as a stranger is unbearable, instinct provoking him to do just one thing: make this man his, no matter the cost. He needs to get out of here, like yesterday.
Okay, well, thanks for everything, Varga. Goodbye now.
Varga doesn't move from his spot in the doorway.
You're in the way.
What is your name?
Not here to make friends. Move.
Please, traveler, you're still weak. Why not rest, have a bit of food, and we can talk?
I deeply appreciate the concern, but I'm fine. A little headache never killed anyone.
He's like, move, boy. Move, boy, before I do something I regret. I want to pounce on you and make you mine ASAP. Rhodias tries to shuffle past the man without making contact.
I'm sorry. I can't let you just leave.
The cultist steps closer to the Rhodias, looking serious, and places both hands on his shoulder, begging him with his eyes. Oh, he's begging us. He's giving us the puppy dog eyes. How can we say no to the puppy dog eyes? Rhodias swallows hard. Varga is attractive. He's a man in his prime, handsome and radiating strength, confidence, and a hint of vulnerability that's extra hard to resist.
Please, come with me.
Where?
To the Temple of Renewal.
Rhodias steps back, dropping the man's arms. Does he not have any idea what he's doing to him? Or perhaps he knows exactly what he's doing.
Do you invite every passerby to this Temple of Renewal?
Why don't you actually tell him what you're experiencing, and then he'll probably be like, oh, well, that's weird, or, oh, that bothers you. Speak, boy.
No, of course not.
Look at his poofy sleeve.
So, I'm just really special somehow, right?
Believe it or not, you are.
Ooh.
I'm not convinced. I heard you talking outside, and the last thing I want is to be dragged into some cult stuff, enslaved, dissected, or sacrificed to your twisted gods. I don't know why you're so set on hauling me to this temple. I may not look it right now, being drugged and all, but I won't make it easy for you. I'll resist every step of the way. Even if you manage to subdue me now, I'll take you out the first chance I get. I won't hesitate. You see, you won't be the first person I've killed. Bottom line, you can find much easier to off victims closer to the settlement.
Dang, he's not messing around. Varga sighs, massaging his temple in frustration.
And what if I am right? What if something happened to you and only I can help? Have you actually considered that?
Ooh.
And what if I am right?
Wait, sorry.
What?
Save load. Save. Hear what he has to say.
Like what?
Your back burning, for example. Has it happened to you before?
No. Never.
Do you think it's normal for it to start to feel that way? Out of nowhere?
The only thing I know for sure is that you had something to do with it. You administered something to me.
How? I was standing a good distance away. You would have noticed if I injected or sprayed you, would you not?
And also, in that picture, we were behind him holding his hands. Or his arms and his hands, so...
What are you implying? That I got a case of spontaneous self-combustion?
Not exactly. I am just saying that clearly something happened to you on the path there. I saw it in your eyes. And I may know what it is.
Oh? Then what is it? Being in the room with the Azarian is getting extremely difficult. This tense exchange they're having. The air feels thick with the man's pheromones. The headache isn't helping either.
Can we continue talking outside? I need some fresh air.
Of course.
Varga collects his meager belongings and gestures for Rhodias to join him.
Give me a minute, all right?
I'll be right outside.
Once Varga leaves the cave-like shelter, it instantly becomes easier to breathe. The effect this man has on him is nothing short of astonishing. Was it Varga who called the so-called spontaneous self-combustion in the first place? Smelling like he did? Is he onto something? Varga is just a man. If he had special powers, he'd be wise to use them on Rhodias now to convince him to come along to the temple of his. His very average powers of persuasion prove otherwise. At least continuing their chat outside should prove less stifling.
Okay. I'm listening.
Ooh, what a view. Nice. I like it. It's really cute. He's just tucked away into the stone here. But that is quite a view. Look at that night sky and everything. Cool. Is there like a whole community like this? Or is he special being out here by himself? Varga nods when Rhodias joins him a few minutes later. The night is calm and peaceful, and the freshness of it feels unique to being in the mountains. There's no vibe like this in the city.
What are your theories about what happened out there? Was it the air?
Maybe.
Oh, come on.
I wish I could tell you more, but I'll need proper diagnostic equipment and access to my database to figure it out.
Naturally, having an actual medical exam should be useful. Rhodias mentally agreed.
I can go find a doctor somewhere.
Here, this deep in the mountains. What if it happens again and there's no one around to help you? Not to mention you almost fell to your death. I saved your life.
Rhodias recalls his vision getting blurry during the incident.
Well, I am grateful.
He doesn't sound that grateful. The Azarian pauses to look off in the distance, at the faraway landscape and the coming sunrise.
Alright. Let's say something did happen, hypothetically, and it poses a danger to my life, also hypothetically. What exactly do you suggest I do about it?
Come with me.
To the Temple of Renewal?
Yes, you'll have a place to stay. We have a medical facility, and we'll figure out what to do.
You're such a good Samaritan.
Varga produces a tired sigh.
We're in the mountains, so we try to help anyone in need. It's my duty. Besides, the Temple of Renewal is known for helping cure the sick.
Really?
Pilgrims from all over the galaxy come here to try their luck at getting better.
Isn't that convenient? I have a physical issue, and you guys happen to be right here with your temple.
I don't know what else to say. Yes, it's a coincidence, but it's true.
Rhodias thinks it over. At this point, going to the Temple of Renewal sounds more like a decent idea than a bad one. The man wouldn't be spending all his time indulging him and answering his questions if he wanted to murder him later on down the line. The internal pull he feels is incessant. He knew where he needed to go now, but not what the location looked like. What if this temple sat directly on top of his goal? There's only one way to find out.
So, what will it be? Are you coming along?
I guess.
Great.
Time for a road trip! Varga reaches into his pocket, pulling out something that looks like an outdated comm device, and presses a button. Oh, hello! She's pretty! She's giving, like, Elven Ranger vibes. Not a minute later, a person comes out from behind the tree. She nods to the group.
All good here?
Yes, Marineris. Thank you for checking up on us. This is...
Varga looks at Rhodias expectantly. He won't be getting out of introducing himself this time.
Rhodias. Rhodes for short.
Rhodias! I am butchering his name so bad. Rhodes for short.
Mar is the ranger I mentioned earlier.
Hello.
Are you going to head back now?
That's the plan. The sun is rising. We might make it in time for breakfast.
Be safe.
The ranger disappears as swiftly as she appeared.
Why did you call her?
I promised I would. She keeps an eye on this area.
Helps find the lost souls who venture out here.
Had he passed out on the path with no one around, maybe she'd have found him eventually.
Something like that.
Probably protecting him.
Now, follow me.
Probably protecting Varga. For the next several hours, Rhodias follows the Azarian. They walk silently on what seems like no path at all. His guide leads him through the forest, over hills and mountains, and finally into a labyrinth of steep passages. The road isn't for beginners. In fact, he's positive it would be dangerous for the average hiker. Varga checks on the terrain often and alerts him of any trickier segments. At one point, Varga even offers him his hand, which Rhodias finds hilarious and, of course, rejects. He can take care of himself and has done pretty well on his own so far. Ooh, I love the backgrounds. These devs are so good at making such wonderful detailed backgrounds. They're so pretty. Nature is absolutely astonishing here. If nothing else, this trip has allowed Rhodias to finally catch up on all the beautiful views impossible to find in the city.
We'll be there soon.
Interestingly, their surroundings don't seem to be showing any signs that they are approaching civilization. The nature and vegetation looks just as dense and untouched by man as the area around the storm shelter. Oh, so that was the storm shelter they were in. Okay. Rhodias is curious to see what this Temple of Renewal looks like. Also, despite Varga's reassurance, he still isn't fully convinced that he isn't walking into a cult apt to human sacrifices or weird rituals. After another series of twists around the canyons, Varga leads him through a passage fully concealed by a waterfall. Oh! Cool.
Wow. Would have never found this on my own.
That's the idea.
Whoa! That's so cool. Oh, and look, you can tell that they go, like, in the rocks, too. So this is just a surface. There's more inside the rocks, because these are, like, little windows and doors and everything. So that's so cool. Underground cities are always so interesting. Oh, and is that the sky? So they are getting some natural light, so it's not fully underground. They enter a narrow valley. You know, if I read, I would have figured that out already. It is a valley that opens up to an incredible view. It's like nothing Rhodias had seen before. Rhodias? Varga led him down the center path. On the left, there are neutral pools with a crystal clear water. On the right, carved in stone, is a seating area with a bonfire in the center. All around are buildings etched into the rocky cliffside, fitting seamlessly between the mountains. Exotic vegetation is sprinkled throughout. The tasteful landscaped environment is designed with the intention and grace.
Welcome to the Temple of Renewal community.
It doesn't look as intimidating as he thought a cult would. There are no bloody sacrifice or pedestals, statues of deities, or excessive symbolism. Rather, the architecture looks peaceful and serene. A few people casually walk by, going about their business. One crosses their path and quietly nods a greeting. Rhodias also notes the lack of enforcers or visible surveillance in the area. It calms his nerves a bit, but he knows he's far from being out of the woods.
It's quite impressive, considering how this village is completely in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the buildings look old.
This small town is ancient. The dwellings date back a couple thousand years and are still inhabited today.
I've never heard about this place before.
Naturally.
Varga gestures for him to keep following.
Come, I'll show you my apartment.
They take one of the dozen staircases leading to the upper levels of the village. Varga escorts the way through several passages inside the mountains. A few twists and turns later, they come out on the other side of the canyon. The Azarian takes a curve and heads to a more secluded part of the village.
My home is not far away now.
The path diverts again, and Varga takes the narrower path, climbing yet higher. Oh, look! Oh, he's got some plants in the windowsill. Oh, look at all this greenery around. He's got... Oh, you got a 2-story abode, or is it like apartments? When they finally arrive, Rhodias is greeted with a beautiful area, adorned with lush plants and a gorgeous natural scenery. Nestled into the mountainside is a dwelling carved from stone. Its large window excludes the cozy charm. The Azarian invites him inside. He takes his boots off at the entrance and motions for Rhodias to do the same. The purple-haired man obliges, kicking off his shoes.
Here we are.
Varga removes his coat with care, taking his time to properly hang it on the rack. Hello? It's an Odarian. You're an Odarian, right? I mean, there could be other people blue, but he's an Odarian, right? Oh yeah, he does have the dots under his eyes. He's an Odarian. Like Brav is. A booming voice startles him.
Varga! Where have you been?
He appears to be an Odarian. Odarians age similarly to Terrans, as far as Rhodias knew, and he looked to be in his early 20s in Terran years. He's a robust young man, clearly dedicated to honing and refining his physique. Strength and vitality emanate from his confident posture and youthful vigor. His biceps are accentuated by the sleeveless tunic, while his white hair contrasts strikingly with his blue skin, complementing his piercing blue eyes. He's hot. And Rhodias notes how delightful it would be to watch him shower with that body of his. I love how Rhodias' mind is always like, ooh. He is very secure in his sexuality, okay? Oh, but he's an Odarian. The first game of the Symbiant and Symbiant Reunion has Brav in it, and we also get to see like Brav's cousin, but they are Odarian, and even though they're like the same species, they all are like totally different, like physique, build, and appearance. So I love that they're all like really unique. Like our boy Brav has their long hair and it's like slim and lovely, and this guy's like, I am building muscle here. So I like it that they're all super unique. But look at the baby.
This is Cinder, my Skiven.
Skiven?
Please call me Brother Varga or High Priest Varga as per the temple.
Really? That's the first thing you say to me after being missing for an entire day? I was worried sick.
I'm sorry, I just got delayed conducting temple business.
I looked all over for you. The last time you were delayed, you were nearly killed by a rogue
Varga gives him a wide-eyed look, and Sindon catches himself before he says more.
Everything is all right, Cinder. I wasn't in danger, and I just couldn't return earlier.
That was an understatement at best, and a blatant lie at worst. Rhodis concludes that Varga doesn't want to worry his assistant, which is not surprising. Okay, so Skidiv, or what he said is an assistant? Oh, he's worried. He was worried about you. He has yet to discover what kind of relationship these two have.
Besides, I had Marineris with me. There's nothing to fear with her around.
Just because she can take down a mountain wall rim with a couple of arrows doesn't mean you're safe from everything with her.
Are you implying I should take you with me next time?
I think he is. He was jealous.
Isn't it part of my duties? If they send you on assignments, the least they could do is ensure your safety by sending me with you.
Oh, he wants to go so he can protect him. Rhodias watches their exchange with curiosity.
Works for me. I'll submit a formal inquiry to request your presence for my future missions.
Great. Now who's this creep?
Look at his puffy jacket. I didn't realize his coat was that poofy. Oh my god. Oh gosh, he's got such a poofy jacket. It's a quilt jacket. I mean, I bet it keeps him warm, but... Oh god, okay, that's amusing. Who's this creep? Rhodias raises an eyebrow in amusement. Time for him to join the conversation.
This is Rhodias. He's just arrived at the Temple of Renewal.
What does he have?
A rare condition, but I believe it's treatable. I think he has a very good chance here at the temple.
Where did Varga get such confidence about his condition?
Alright, I can take him to the reception bay in a few. He'll be the first Terran this month.
Actually, he will be staying with us. In this apartment.
For how long? Why can't he go live with the other visitors over at the Commons?
He is my special guest.
Sinde stares at Varga in disbelief, but something about the latter's expression seems to give him pause.
Fine. I can start preparing the guest room.
No need. He will be rooming with me for the time being.
Excuse me? Alright, I think he definitely knows the effect he's having on him. We're staying at his house instead of with, like, where all the other guest room at. And instead of having a guest room, we're staying in his room with him. Huh. Varga doesn't seem too happy to admit this to his Skiven. Ooh, door opened. He hurries away to another room. By the echo of water pouring, one could guess he's in the kitchen.
Are you shitting me?
Rhodias lifts his chin and winks at him knowingly.
Don't worry. I'll take care of him for you.
Oh, you little shit. He did that on purpose. He shakes his head angrily and unceremoniously stomps towards Varga's direction. He slams the door shut. Rhoda shrugs to himself. The Azarian insist on him coming along, and any issues between them aren't his problem. His soon-to-be roommates are arguing. With the structure or insulation being surprisingly decent here, Rhodas can't discern all of what they are saying. If this Senda assistant is just a subordinate, he sure doesn't act like one. While he has a moment to himself, Rhodas decide to have a look around while trying to listen in on their verbal exchange. Oh, we reached the end of it! Ah! And they were roommates! Oh, I feel like they so have a relationship going on. Oh, is he taller than the others, or is that just the way they're presenting him? Because, oh, he is buff. Look at this boy. I think he definitely has feelings for him. For sure. Oh, wow. We can wishlist it. Oh, that's I have questions. Huh. Yeah, he's definitely not happy with us being there. Okay, really quick. I think we only saved in one spot, right? Way back there. Oh, I didn't save the other one when we had the choice to believe him or not, did I?
And what if I am right? What if some...
Okay, yeah, I did. Oh, it says we got it. Oh, that's lovely. I love that. Don't trust him.
You're talking out of your ass.
The stranger tenses and exhales his patient, visibly strained.
Then what of this?
He closes the distance between them and Rhodas once more, getting right into his personal space. Grabbing the confused traveler's hand, he places them on his hips. Vargas stares at him. The eye contact makes his heart skip a beat.
You desire my flesh, don't you?
Oh, he knows. He knows. A wave of arousal washes over the man. No longer able to keep up the shield of resistance he is so diligently trying to maintain. Varga's scent invades his senses. He's almost in shock at how powerful this feeling is. How he was able to abstain from indulging throughout the conversation thus far. But now, he's faced with the fact he needs to take this man. Immediately. And Vargas seems to be fully aware. He wants to possess him, unravel him, make him his in thousands of different ways. Hear him squirm, beg, and moan, submit to being taken over and over. As if he's possessed, he grips the man's hips tighter and pulls him closer. He swallows hard as he feels his heart race.
What are you doing to me?
Nothing that would work on anyone else but you.
Why does it only work on him?
Oh, you're messing with my head. Oh, it's those drugs again. Fuck.
Have you ever desired anyone else more in your life?
No, he hasn't. It's been a while since he was attracted to anyone. Not since that day, let alone wanting to fuck anyone on the spot. His taste in sexual partners were versatile. Sometimes slim and androgynous, sometimes strong and fleshy. Usually men. Tolthrian or Terran, and occasional Zephyrian, and their bodies are particularly manageable and fun to engage with. Never an Azarian before. Horns weren't his thing, and they usually wouldn't let him top. Sometimes, though, he didn't care what gender or species his partner was. He hadn't been enthralled by anyone since the accident, or let anyone have him for that matter. He didn't know who he wanted anymore and didn't bother figuring it out. But here and now, this cultist, a less than likely candidate he would normally consider for a sexual encounter, is trying to seduce him? And is succeeding?
I thought so.
Vargas' face draws nearer and nearer, his face mere inches away now, their breaths peppering each other's aroused expressions.
You are hungry, aren't you?
He is. He most definitely is. He wants to cry, scream out of joy due to finally being heard, having someone acknowledge it, someone who is so close and able to satiate him. He somehow knows this man, could satisfy his aching hunger, and would, gladly, which makes him ache for him even more.
So very hungry, you poor thing.
Varga is inching closer to kiss him. Rhodias feels the last thread of control he has over himself and is about to break. But is it such a terrible thing? It is a risk, and a dumb one at that. But if he was going to put an end to this, he needed to do it now. Oh! Okay, save. What? Nope, not load. Save. Save. There we go. Turn. Let's push him away first.
Enough of this! Get away from me!
The Azarian's countenance is that of surprise, as Rhodias pulls him to the other side of the small room.
I'm sorry.
Access to the door now obstructed. Unobstructed. Rhodias Okay, let me get a drink and try that again. Access to the door now unobstructed. Rhodias darts towards it. He doesn't pay attention to the man's warnings anymore. Enough talk! Oh, is she gonna shoot us? With his energy recovered and hiking equipment secured, Rhodias' time to get away from Varga has come at last. The man has no idea where he is, but that doesn't matter right now. He just needs to distance himself from the storm shelter as quickly as possible. After that, he regained his bearings, checked the map, and figured out his next move. Okay, well, she didn't shoot us. Rhodias bolts for the forest, not looking back. It's dark, but the nocturnal lights are doing a decent job illuminating the way. He keeps running and running. When he reaches a slope, he slides down it, ignoring the sharp branches whipping thin cuts into his skin. He maneuvers around big rocks and boulders, climbing over giant roots and tree trunks with his heart racing, further and further away. After a while, he stops and listens. Everything is quiet. No one seems to be following him. He finds a semi-comfortable area under a huge boulder to rest. He has a drink of water and pulls out his nightlight and GPS device. According to his current coordinates, he's not too far from the canyon path where he met Varga. How did the man even carry him all the way to the storm shelter? The Azarian could have had help. The thought makes him uneasy. In the end, he decides to make his way back to the mining settlement. He's unsure what to do about the force that still nags him, now clearer than ever. His safety comes first, though. He assumed these mountains, which no one from the city ever really showed any interest in, were safe. Sadly, they weren't any longer, with cultists roaming around and kidnapping people. He starts heading towards a mountainous canyon path. Just as he thinks he's practically there, that uncanny feeling re-wide faces. Is that supposed to be resurfaces? I think. Like he's being watched. Rhodias writes it off as paranoia at first. After all, he was trying to escape a cultist. A degree of paranoia is completely healthy in the situation. But the feeling persists. Ooh. Stay and figure out who's out there. Keep walking. Let's keep walking. What is one supposed to do with feelings of paranoia when there's literally nothing one can do? How does one fight invisible enemies? Keep walking and hope. It's all in your head. Rhodias does exactly that. He grabs his backpack and tools and heads towards the mountain path. When he finally sees the familiar outlines of the trail, he feels relieved. This is where it all started. It feels like once he passes this point, everything will be okay again. Just another few minutes. Yeah, we are back. The familiar big root tree with its suggestive curves. Suggestive curves? Buddy, are you lusting after a tree now? Is that supposed to be like a booty and legs? Is that what you're seeing? Oh my god. The familiar boulder where he sat down to rest. The familiar edge that he looked over. The ground beneath his feet crumbles.
Fuck!
Did he fall off the edge? He came so far and he fell off the edge of the cliff into the abyss. Pew, 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 pew. Suddenly he's falling into the abyss. It's not a long way down. Okay. Did he die? It said it's not a long way down, so maybe he'll reach the bottom and it'll go from there, but... Okay, hang on. Stay and figure out who's out there. He set his belongings down and slowly, quietly gets his knife out. While not a master fighter by a long shot, he is confident in his abilities to wield a blade. Rhodias listens patiently. Nothing gives away the invisible pursuer. The feeling ensues, making him anxious.
Come out! Show yourself! I know you're there!
Nothing.
I can wait here forever. Don't you worry.
I doubt it.
I knew it was Mar. A voice very close by. He can't seem to determine from which direction it came.
You should have listened to him.
Before he can even understand what's happening, Rhodias is grabbed from the ground. The knife is twisted out of his hand and it falls
I'm
to...
sorry it has to end for you like this.
Sharp pain blossoms across his throat as something hot begins pouring down his neck. She freaking Sweeney Todded him! What? He tries to say something, but only a wet gurgle slips past his lips. Then he's falling to the ground, unable to escape the puddle quickly forming beneath him. His vision is dimming quickly. The last thing he registers are soft rustles of grass and crunching leaves trailing away from him.
It's done.
Yep. Oh man, I bet she did. She was like protecting Virga. Or maybe she's protecting the area. I know we did. Alright, so we fall off a cliff or we get our neck sliced. Got it. Okay, I think this is our last thing we need to follow along with. Okay, you guys ready? Go along with the kiss. This is the PG-13 version, so we're not going to get anything explicit. There is an 18-plus version of the demo, so you guys need to go check that out if you're interested. Rhodias lets Varga close the last few inches between them. Ah! Kissy! The urge stronger than his mind's feeble attempts to keep him away from the fuck of a century. The sheer attraction he feels towards Varga is enough to have him overthinking about the cathartic reward that his sexual encounter will bring. Their lips slowly converge. A few seconds last an eternity before Rhodias finally reaches them. Drunk with the sexual energy from their connection, Rhodias' tongue twirls violently with Varga's, pushing and probing, reflecting his desire to possess the man. His senses are overwhelmed by Varga's musk, a masculine scent mixed with sun and sweat from traversing the mountain.
Will you acknowledge it?
What?
How much you're hungry for me.
Huh?
I want you to say it, so your conscious mind remembers it when it's over.
His hands grow bolder, feeling Varga's body through layers of robes. It annoys Rhodias that his skin is so hidden, but it also gives him an even stronger resolve to make this man his. Does he really need to say it? Bit by bit, the man opens up to him, surrenders to his touches. It's as if he's letting him do what he wants, curious what Rhodias will reveal about himself through the tactile contact.
You don't seem to mind it.
Varga growls, urging him forward.
I consent.
Any signs of him being startled by Varga's certain approval to copulate are easily masked with a smile.
I figured you do.
Rhodias pulls him towards the table. Varga pushes the lamp to the far edge of the table while the bottom water loudly falls to the floor.
Bend over.
Oh, okay, he's going straight to it. Oh. Oh. Oh, I bet. Oh, that should be fun in the 18-plus version. Oh. Spicy. Spicy time. Rhodias observes as a man cleans himself off. He wipes the sweat off his face, adjusts the hair that haphazardly tangled around his horns, pulls on his pants, and arranges the robes once more.
Now what?
Now that you've destroyed my ass, will you tell me your name?
Look at that face! Now that you destroyed my ass, can I know your name? Oh. That earns him a smirk. Guilty as charged.
Rhodias.
Rhodias.
You can call me Rhodes.
Enchanté.
Pleased to meet you.
Come with me to the temple. At least for one night, Rhodias. You can stay in my quarters. We can talk about what happened on the mountain path earlier.
Rhodias hesitates. He's still high from the most intense orgasm of his life. And he makes a note that that serious decisions should be currently avoided. Though now, he currently definitely trusts the man more than before. Something about him vulnerably offering his body up for the taking helped build a rapport, and reassured him like nothing else.
We also have showers, and you're guaranteed a hot meal.
I mean, showers sound like a very, very good selling point at this point.
And we can share my bed.
The days of his pleasure slowly fades as Rhodias rests. The last perk feels particularly comforting. It's then that Rhodias realizes he'll do anything to have this man under him again. The thought of not feeling himself inside Varga at least one more time triggers a wave of longing that he isn't familiar with. Oh, he's got it bad. He's got it bad. Yes, he will go. He just needs to make sure not to sound too eager.
I still don't get why you want me so badly, but I'll come. As long as I have a place to stay.
He winks at Varga amiably.
Then it's settled. I'll inform Mar that we'll be departing soon.
Rhodias wonders for a moment if the ranger realized what was happening in the storm shelter, and if they stuck around to listen or went for a walk as a courtesy. Either way, he concludes that he doesn't really care. The Azarian packs up his minimum belongings for
When you're
heading
ready, join me outside, and we'll be on our way.
Okay, we've seen this. Oh, this is a little different, I think. The road isn't for beginners. In fact, he's positive it would be dangerous for the average hiker. Varga checks on the terrain often and alerts him of any trickier segments. Okay, and he still rejects his hand. Okay, this looks like it's going to be the same.
Wow.
That's... Well...
Let's see, skip. Okay, it looks like all this is the same, because normally skipping will get you to stop whenever you're meeting in a situation you haven't encountered yet. Oh, it's still skipping. No! But, yay! Heck yeah! I think we covered all the possible routes. Now it makes more sense about why we're staying in the room with him. Oh, I want to see the spicy scene so bad. Maybe I'll play it and I'll put it up on our Patreon for any curious viewers. But hell yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the full game. I know it can currently be wishlist on Steam at the moment. With all the weird stuff going on right now, I'm hoping everything will be ironed out and it can still come out on Steam as planned, because everything going on in the world right now is really weird with the payment processors and Steam and itch.io like being weird about games now. But one way or another, I'm sure Hardcore Dev will find a way to get it out to us, and I look forward to playing it. Let me know down below if you guys are as looking... Oh my god, I can't talk. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to this as much as I am. And before we're done for the day, I want to send a big thank you to my current Patreon and YouTube channel members. Your support means the world to me, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much, Kata Cryptid, Christine Ohilia, and Lotario Gomez. Thank you so much. And for all my other chickadees out there, I'll see you next time. Bye!